Sure.
Hamza wastes a lot of energy, but so Kamaru, don't think that
Hmm.
the guy is throwing you, waste a lot of energy, and you're just relaxing and you're gonna come back fresh.
Hmm.
So that took a lot of energy from Kamaru too. So yeah, I thought it will be Kamaru by decision, but ended up being Hamza by decision.
All right, I'm here. I'm Zach Raymond. I'm here with Sanabul Media and Gilbert Burns, who needs no introduction. Current UFC welterweight, one of the best fighters in the world at the moment. And we're going to be talking about some recent fights that just happened at UFC 294. We got some questions for you about some recent matchups and some upcoming matchups as well. And then we have some questions about what's going on with you and in the near future as well. So I guess first things first, on Saturday, we watched Khamzat Chimaev and Kamaru Usman have that huge fight. Kamaru Usman stepped up on late notice to take on one of the most dominant fighters in the world right now. What were your thoughts on that fight right away?
I think it was a good fight. Hamza was able to use the wrestling on the beginning, get a good control, stay on top. Uh, Yeah, I think Kamaru with a little bit more time will give a lot of more troubles to Hamza. But on short notice, I think he did good. Guys show up, 10 days notice, up in the division against a beast. It was a good fight. I think people saying a lot about Hamza got tired. I think Hamza wasted a lot of energy. He did in the first round, but he dominated. I saw a couple judges they give 10-8 on that round, so that means it was a full domination.
Hmm.
And then for sure, after you spend a lot of energy and a lot of wrestling, grappling, for sure you use low down, you get tired. And yeah, but overall, I think it was a good performance by Hansa. I think he won clear the first one, then clear. I don't know if it was the second or third round, but I think it was two rounds clear and one round being 10-8. I think it was a good performance. Shout out to Kamaru, stepping up big time. And yeah, but I was excited watching the fight. It was a great fight.
Yeah, it was a great fight. And I mean, a lot of people after your fight with Hamzat were talking about how if it was a 5 round fight, it could have been a completely different outcome. Do you think the same thing on that Kamaru Usman and Hamzat fight if there was 2 more rounds?
A little bit, it's very hard when the fight is signed 3 rounds. It's very hard to say, oh, if it was five. Yeah, if it
Hmm.
was five, we're all gonna fight different. Like, oh, I'm doing sprint so good, but if it's a marathon, bro, it's a whole different thing. If it's a marathon, so it's very people kind of like judge very easy. Oh, if that was 5 rounds, and if that was 5 rounds, I don't think Hamza will waste a lot of energy in the first round. He will be way more conservative. He's gonna be more relaxed. But it's only 3 rounds, so now people want to say, "Oh, if it was," it's very hard. I don't like to put if.
Yeah.
If when any contest, anything start with the if I was strong, if I was taller, if I had more money, if that if doesn't exist, So
Hmm.
whenever we side about agreement, it says 3 rounds, you're gonna get ready for 3 rounds. It says 5 rounds, then you're gonna get ready for 5 rounds. But don't say, "Oh, if no, come on, bro."
Yep, that makes sense. If when that fight first got signed and you saw that Kamaru Usman was taking that fight on short notice, what were your first thoughts there? Who did you think was going to win? How did you think it was going to go?
I I kind of had a feeling that will go by decision. I saw like I don't think Hamza can finish Kamaru. I cannot see Kamaru finish Hamza on less than 2 weeks notice. I thought it was gonna be decision, but I was hoping to get a decision by Kamaru. That's what I was
Hmm.
thinking. That I think it was gonna be kind of like the way it went, but like I thought Hamza was gonna waste a lot of energy on the first round, and Kamaru will pick it up and win the second and third round. But whenever I saw that round being 10-8, I kind of like, man, it's going to be very hard now for Kamaru to finish.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
Hamza wastes a lot of energy, but so Kamaru, don't think that
Hmm.
the guy is throwing you, waste a lot of energy, and you're just relaxing and you're going to come back fresh.
Hmm.
So that took a lot of energy from Kamaru too. So yeah, I thought it will be Kamaru by decision, but ended up being Hamza by decision.
Do you think the best move for Kamaru now after that is to stay up at middleweight, or do you think it's to go back down?
Uh, I know Kamaru pretty well, and
Hmm.
I think he need to go back to wrestling. I think he should wrestle like crazy right now.
Hmm.
That's what that's what make the guy becoming a champion. And then the last couple fights we saw, the first fight with the first loss with against Leon Edwards, I don't think he should wrestle that last fight, that last minute. You know, you're winning the whole
Yeah.
fight. You're winning the fight. If you wrestle, I think you're gonna win. The In the second fight, the wrestling wasn't as sharp. You know, I think Leon did a great job defending, and now he got taken down 3 times. He couldn't take Khamzat down before Kamaru do anything in the pen. I don't care if he's 170 or 185. I think he should go back to his roots. You
Yeah.
know,
Remain who he is.
yes, access that wrestling again. Get tired, get that thing, and then he can pick. I think he's big enough. He can fight 185. He can fight at 170. But whenever you lose 3 fights back to back, and I don't care if we short notice or not, but it's 3 losses back to back,
Yeah.
and you being the guy that was dominating for years, like he never lost in the UFC until the loss to Leon Edwards. Then he lost again to Leon Edwards and lost again to Hamza. I think you need to get back. I don't know. I don't think he's a fighter. I think he can fight, but me on a personal experience, I'll access my roots. You know, go back to my roots. What brought me here. For me, it was the jiu-jitsu. Let's get the jiu-jitsu sharp again. For him, it's wrestling. Let's go back to wrestle, regain the confidence because once or not, if you lost a fight, you lose a little bit your confidence. And then you lost
Yeah.
another one, you lose a little bit more. You lost another one, you lose a little bit more. Now, I will not think about division or anything. I'll just access that roots again. Got back a lot of wrestling for a couple months, just pure wrestling. Got back. And then whenever you're missing fighting again, then you think about fighting. You know, I don't think I think if you don't fix it, it's gonna happen again. You know, I think
Yeah.
sometimes it's time to, you know what, let me fix everything before stepping back in the octagon. But I think he can do very good at 170 or 185.
Do you think if Kamaru did focus on his grappling a lot and went back in and focused on his grappling a lot, he'd be able to match up with Khamzat's grappling, and that wouldn't have happened in the first round?
I think so. I think not even
Yeah.
with the grappling, but with the wrestling. You know, if he was
Yeah.
wrestling like he was like a couple of years back, no way Hamza would take him down like that. You know,
Hmm.
no way. So I just think the wrestling, I think everything kind of start happening. You know, whenever he TKO me, and then whenever he KO Masvidal, and then he fought Kobe again, then you're getting confident with his striking.
Yeah, I fell in love with it.
You fell in love and you kind of lose a little bit of your roots, and then that's my opinion. And then we saw that on the Leonardo's first fight that he won. He got taken down in that fight. He ended up losing by TKO. Then the second loss to Leon, he couldn't use the wrestling. And then with Hamza, he got taken down. So my opinion is the wrestling. You know, get the wrestling back in and regain that confidence.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you think Hamzat, after that fight, is now deserving of a title shot against Sean Strickland, or do you think that should be for Dricus?
It's very hard to say deserving on the sports today. You know,
Yeah,
nowadays not deserving. Nowadays the question is who is gonna sell the most against Strickland, Hamza or Dricus?
Hamzat.
And everybody knows the answer. So that's the question. It's not deserving. Nowadays, with the pay-per-view points, with social media, is not who deserves. For sure, who deserves the most right now is Dricus. I think he does deserve. But the sports sometimes he doesn't follow who deserves. You know, he follows who sells the most. And yeah, deserves Dricus, but sells Hamza. And now he's with the UFC to make that decision.
Yeah, that I agree completely on that one. Unfortunately, but also he's deserving of it in a way. He's just deserving in a different way.
Sure.
um, After that fight, we saw the main event, Islam Makhachev against Alex Volkanovski. What was your initial reaction when that happened?
Wow. I want Volk to win so bad. You know, I
Me
do.
too.
I'm a huge fan of Volk. And I love that he stepped in and got the fight. And like I said, he don't have to. He don't need it. It wasn't for the money. I do believe it was for the revenge. And then losing like that, I felt so bad. that on the same way you gotta feel good about Islam. Like he was there 5 rounds with this guy. This guy gave you the hardest fight. Went there and finished the guy in the first round.
Hmm.
That has a lot to say about Islam. And yeah, but kind of feel bad for Volk. And then even on the past conference, he was saying that like little health issue, with the mental health, like that he kind of feel that he wants to fight so much, he wants to stay active, and I can relate a lot with that. That like uh, that sometimes you want to we just want to fight, and that adrenaline, that dopamine is so good, and then a couple of days after the fight, you're missing that again. You just want
Yeah.
to do it again quick, and then it kind of works in that. It doesn't work on your favor sometimes, and that was just what happened with me that last time. I got 2 wins back to back, Neil Magny, Masvidal, and then a jump on opportunity to fight Bilal Muhammad, but it was too much of that. Wants that dopamine, wants to win again, wants to be like, and that kind of was very hard for me to swallow, and but was a good one, to be honest, because I had to deal with that because I lost, and worse than that, I cannot train it because I was hurt. And then I had to learning, like to stay with my family, to kind of recover my body, to respect the process of a training camp. That's why we have a training camp, to get prepared to a fight. And sometimes we, like Kamaru did, Volkanovski, a lot of guys do. Sometimes we jump that process, and sometimes it works fine, but sometimes it just doesn't work, and then like a lot of learning that I took on my loss, that I think Volk, I hope he get that learning right now, that sometimes you gotta respect the body, respect the process. You cannot push. He pushes so much to be double champion, all 10 days, I don't care, I'm ready, I can make it. Sometimes we hurry, and I know exactly what he was saying. I tell myself that I can do it, that I will do it, I'm not gonna quit. I'm not a quitter. I'm gonna do it. If I'm gonna get tired, I'm gonna keep pushing. So, and that sometimes it doesn't help, So I that's why I kind of even related to that a lot on Vulcan. I felt bad, but it is what it is. Now is a little time, I think he should not fight in January
Yeah.
against Ilia Topuria. I think as much it hurts, you got to take a little time off and deal with that anxiety and that will to fight, and kind of like uh, program that a little bit better, do a little plan. Okay, I'm going to do this month, next month. I'm going to rest, I'm going to stay with the family. I'm going to be a part of that because we so obsessed and so addicted with the fighting. That's all we do. That's all we watch. That's how we breathe. And like for me, I had a great experience in this downtime right here, like recovering because I travel a lot. And when I wasn't traveling, I would spend a lot of time with the family, but literally spending a lot of time with my family, with my kids, being part of the game, waking up, sleeping together, like being with them. And I see how much I miss when I'm not with them, how much I cannot do because I'm so obsessed with the fighting that I kind of like my kids, they keep growing. They're not going to wait for
Yeah.
me to fight to go back to grow, So was a tough one, but was very good for me to kind of learn that okay, he's a lot more to do than the fighting. For sure, I love to fight. I still want to fight. I still got a couple great years on me, but sometimes we gotta see what's most important, and like balance it that well. It's not easy, but I'm seeing a lot of guys doing it. See that Adesanya is gonna take his time right now. Like and I like the way he said, I need to heal myself. And then we all need, we need a little
Yeah.
time because life is so crazy and we want to outwork everybody, want to do so much. But when we see we put so much energy on that we let a lot of things behind that we need to go back to that, reaccess, fix it, and move forward.
Yeah, and hopefully Volkanovski gets the chance to do that. I think a great opportunity for that would be to put Max against Ilya for that interim title, and then see who wins that one. Potentially set up the fourth Max Holloway one, or Ilya Taporia gets the win there, and then that's a huge matchup against Volkanovski when he wants to come back.
I like that too. That's exactly what I want. Give an interim belt to these guys. Topuria deserves, Max deserves, boom, whoever wins face Volkanovski maybe, I don't know, June, July, something around that. So
Yeah.
that'll be a good time to Volk to recover, take his things together, stay with the family. Sometimes it's mandatory chilling with the family, mandatory
Yeah.
vacation, mandatory relaxing. Sometimes that's what we need.
Yeah. Another upcoming matchup that obviously you'll be interested in watching is going to be Leon Edwards against Colby Covington at UFC 296. What are your thoughts on that one? I don't know if you want to make a prediction or who you think is going to win that one, but what are your thoughts on it going in?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna watch that one super close. I think Leon Edwards is gonna win.
Hmm.
Uh, I think he's not that hard to get prepared to a guy like that. When you need a high level wrestling, shooting you a lot, make sure your defense gets good, and and that's it. I don't think Kobe has a better grappling. I don't think he's a grappler, natural grappler. He's a natural wrestler. But I do think the way he forwards, like on his camp, on his team, say just that strike has got to be super sharp, and the takedown defense got to be on point. That's it. Those two things. Your roots, your own thing. That's Leonardo's striking got to be super sharp, and the takedown defense. And other than that, let's go. Like I do think it's easy to get ready for Kobe Covington. I do think Leon is gonna get super well prepared, and I think he's gonna win. That's the way it's here. Maybe a knockout, but maybe a TKO, maybe a knockout, or maybe a decision. But I get Leon Edwards winning that fight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one, and you being at that fight might set up something fun for sure. What's next for you? How's rehab, or just like let everyone know what you're doing, what's next, what your life entails right now?
Uh, I'm back on training. I want to get it like fighting to get in shape. It was hard because I had to stay like almost 4 months without training, and the shoulder was very painful. I couldn't even run. Even running was hurting. So I literally had to stay like 2 to 3 months not training. And now that I'm back on training, it haven't been easy. I'm fighting to get in shape, to get back. It's been hard, but I'm very happy that I'm back on training. So I get a couple of things going on. I'm like 90%. I still got 10% more to heal and get 100% back. I'm wrestling, but still limited. I'm sparring, stand up sparring. I can do it. I'm grappling, but the wrestling, the posting is still not free. Still hurt a little bit. Getting a lot of strength on my shoulder. But yeah, but being busy right now, putting a lot of effort on my YouTube channel is growing. We're doing a great job. I'm going to Sao Paulo. I'm going to be there to UFC Sao Paulo. That's November 4th, November 1st. I'm going. Then I'm going to, as soon as I'm back to Brazil, I'm going to New York for UFC 295. I'm going to be there too. And
Awesome.
back on training, spend a lot of time. My kids everything worked good because one of my kids, my little one, Joshua, the younger one, he was playing flag football, so I was there with the training, with the session. He,
Oh,
team,
nice.
yeah, he's playing very good. His team got eliminated now in the playoffs. And Pedro, my oldest one, he's playing tackle football. So Joshua's playing flag, Pedro's playing tackle, and this Saturday is the Super Bowl. It's the final. So I'm very happy
Let's go.
to make all of that. Going to the
Yeah.
sessions and being a part of that. So it's going to work super cool because this Saturday I'm here, next Saturday I'm not. So this Saturday I'll be able to watch the Super Bowl, to be there, support him. Next one will be in Sao Paulo, next one in New York. So everything working good. So just putting a lot of work, a lot of effort to come back in shape. Still doing a lot of rehab and spend time with the family, and trying to work on my social media too as much as I can. Being busy there, growing and talk to the fans, and yeah, staying busy there too.
Awesome. Well, I think I speak for everyone who's watching this video and everyone who likes MMA when I say we can't wait to see you back out there. We're all big fans, and we're always thankful to have a conversation with you like this. Everyone, make sure to check out Gilbert's YouTube channel. We're going to leave the link in the description for that as well. He's been making some amazing videos, and we look forward to collaborating with him on some more. So, Gilbert, thanks once again. It's always nice talking to you.
Thank you guys for having me.